of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Here we go. With the flag. We'll hold this.
On 1st and 10, Evans. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 84 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Come on, set. Get to Pittsburgh. Eat the line. Go, go. Come on, y'all. Switch it.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 78 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially.
And he'll get across the 20 before he... Run down at about the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Steps away to his left. Able to locate his running back, open downfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the turnover, here's Murray. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Let's go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, watch his slant. Watch his slant.
Murray trying again after the pick six. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check nine.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. On the crossing route, that's complete to Clark. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Baby, that's a baby shot. Deuce. Good thing. Go.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll run for it. Geis. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it. Despite
now Murray has it stripped. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go. 50.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Looking to throw. Evans. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brian Burns in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Now Evans from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll run with Geis. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for it.
And he's going to go down again. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Evans operating from the gun. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check out three. Showing it. Showing it.
They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Rush in. Rush in. Cover. Cover.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch one, watch one. Rotate, step. Go. Mike 50.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Check it back or check it go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember...
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Murray off play action. Able to find his running back, Geis. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. On play action, it's Murray. Rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And Oliver just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Murray now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. territory again, 2nd and 10. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he's got this down to the 35. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And now he'll tuck it. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I got you. I got you. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Switch. Watch it. Get wild.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Check, get the nod. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Tighten up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes you'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Kill.
looking for the gun. Evans, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Evans, and that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now Lutz for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
This Carolina off ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check 3, check 22, check, cover. 22, check,
To throw, it's Murray. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46.
You see me out here? That's why we can't be stopped.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Looking long for Westbrook. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Buccaneers' 18-yard line.
You got tight. You got tight right there. No.
Now a handoff. Geis going right. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Yeah. SOS. Alert flare. Slam.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
We got this.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
36. Check. Fresno.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now. Evans now to throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fant.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they try the right side here. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Evans. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
To think about turning it upfield. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So the big play, change in 10, just outside the 30.
Check 3. 66. Pull it. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Get him on. Rest. Magic. Susan. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
1st down, Murray. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground, Geis. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Darius Geis. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 27-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 26, check 26, check 3, check 3. Switch, switch.
2nd and 6. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Hey, hold on. Practice 15 now over and over. Let's go, D.
Back to throw is Evans. Looking to throw on 2nd down. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Ready, set. Rip right, rip right. Rotate.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Let's go, Trot. Let's go, defense. Neil. Deuce. Watch out.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Myles Garrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. To try again after the sack. Murray. The open man is Clark, complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He'll get it in the hands of Clark, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. The 17-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt. And in a big way.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't think, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now Evans. Operating from the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be fielded at the 17. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Murray. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Now he's got it. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a three-point game. Santos with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go! Here we go! Up the flag! 50 seconds to Mike! Silver!
Now a handoff here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
At their 42-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Hey, they're scared! Check 50.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the play. The 40 at the 39. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for Tampa Bay, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.